Good evening, everybody. And I think I'm live. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to try to share this link out on Facebook. Let me get it. If you all want to share the link out on Facebook, that would be great. Let's see if we can get some people in the chat. We're going to be talking with Gail Crabtree tonight. She's going to be popping in with us and talking a little bit about the flooding and from the Hurricane Helena, the flooding in Tennessee, where she is, and talk about the church down there and how it's affecting the residents down there. So I have that. And let me come back. Alrighty, there I am. So Gail should be here anytime. I do want to say this live stream tonight is sponsored by Super Clean. They have asked me to do another giveaway. So I'll be giving away some Super Clean items. And I have a couple other items to give away also. But we'll do the Super Clean for now. So I had put out a couple of videos earlier and said if you commented on the videos, then you could have your name in an extra time in the drawing. So Lisa, you have your name in here twice already because it was from the last two videos that you watched and commented on, and then you'll get a third entry tonight. So I'm going to put you down for a third entry, and I'll read out the numbers, everybody's numbers, when I get ready to draw towards the end of the live stream. So, and Lisa's saying her son and Dill are in Asheville helping out for the weekend. That's awesome. That's awesome. Our church is putting together a team to go down there. I don't know if it's next week or the week after next. But I'm not going to be able to help with that because I have the Columbia trip coming up. We're going to talk about that a little bit tonight too. But I have the Columbia trip coming up. So I don't think I can do the Asheville and then the, daughter-in-law. Gotcha. See, I don't know all these abbreviations. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to do the North Carolina trip and then go to Columbia also. So sorry, I'm trying to get stuff away from my computer here. I'm in my craft room at my back table and waiting for people to come in. So how has everybody enjoyed this awesome weather today? It's sunny and like 75 degrees right now. I think it hit 80 today, but that was super awesome. A friend of mine gave me, or not a friend, but somebody at the radio station. As you know, I've been volunteering at the Christian radio station for like the last 7 days. And there was a lady there, and I was knitting my soap sacks that are going to be going down to Columbia with me, and we're going to put a bar of soap in each of them. Well, she said her son sold soap, so she gave me like 12 bars of soap. So they just slip in there like that. They can take them out of the wrapper. This is cotton yarn, so they use this cotton cloth. They can use it as a washcloth with the soap in it, or they could take the soap out and, you put their hand in it, use it as a washcloth or whatever. But I think 23 of these were taken down with us, and then we're going to donate the rest of them that I make out of the yarn is going to be donated to the North Carolina. Leah had a fire department that's asking for these. So whatever I finish up before the end of next week, I'm going to just mail down there to them. She says it's beautiful in eastern North Carolina. That's awesome. Yeah, the East Coast seemed to do fine. I'm glad y'all didn't have problems with the storm. Y'all didn't lose power or anything like that. We had rain and our power flickered a couple of times. I mean, we lost power for about an hour yesterday too, and I don't even know what that was from. But I knew the power was out because my alarm clock was flashing when I got home, and the clock on my stove in the kitchen was not right. So I know that we lost power. I was hoping we'd have a few people stopping in. Hopefully we will. It's still early. So maybe I'll show you what the other gifts are that I'm giving away. When I went to the From the Heart Stitchers banquet, they gave everybody one of these bags, and it's knitted, and I mean it's a nice little like grocery bag or something. Yeah, it's really nice. And my friend Mary went with me to the Stitchers banquet, and she got one too. And she said she really didn't want hers. And I have so many bags. I said because it's got hearts on it, and I want to show y'all some love. I'm going to give away these 2 bags. One person will get each bag, and I'm going to put in the bag one bowl cozy that says love on it because I love you guys. So there'll be 2 other winners. One winner getting a bag and a cozy, and the other winner getting a bag and a cozy. So hopefully, if you don't want the super clean and your name is pulled, then you can get the bag and the cozy. So those will be the 3 giveaways tonight. One person will get the super clean, and then 2 people will get the bowl cozy and the bag. So I hope you like that. The bags are really cute, and the bowl cozies are super awesome. Everybody that orders these from me and gets these from me, they love them. So I haven't got one bad review on them, so I guess they're okay. So I guess until Gail gets here, I know she just got home and she had to go get something to eat real quick, and she said she would come in later to talk to us. But we can talk a little bit about my missions trip coming up. I'm going to be going on October 24th through November 2nd to Colombia, South America. And we'll be going to Medellin, I think is how would they say it, Medellin. And oh, I love you too. Yeah, I love you guys. I really do. You guys are like family. And we're also going up to Concordia. And this is going to be, I'm going with a couple members from the church. One of the ladies goes on all these missions trips. So she's kind of the leader, the one that puts it together. And she's really knows what we're doing. So we're having a meeting actually tomorrow morning after church at 11 o'clock. We're going to meet and do our last discussion of, what we're going to do. Where we're going to meet to go to the airport. We've already got our airline tickets. And it's a medical trip. So we're going to be bringing some medical supplies along with some other supplies with us. And one of the doctors is coming from Canada. One is coming, I think, from Pennsylvania. And I'm not sure where the other ones are coming from. But we're going to be bringing some medical supplies. And we're going to be bringing some, like comfort items, toothpaste and pencils for the kids. And we're making little bags for the kids, stickers and bunches of little things like that. I'm the soap sacks and the soap. So we're going to use, she's checked us. She's got us checked for 2 check bags at 50 pounds each. So one for our clothes and one for like medical supplies or whatever. And then we get our carry-on bag and our purse or handbag, whatever we bring for a handbag. I normally bring my laptop and my camera, and I put that in my carry-on bag, but I'm not going to bring it this time because I'm not 100% sure about the housing. I know that she said we'll be in a hotel in Concordia, and we're staying there for about 2 or 3 days. And we'll have, of course, our own rooms at lock and stuff. I think we'll be rooming with one other person. I'm not worried about it there, but I don't know if I'm even going to have time to do anything. I've learned how to upload a video on my phone. So I'll be able to, if I wanted to upload or live stream from my phone, I think I'll be able to do that. But that's not going to be my main focus. My main focus is going to be the trip, the missions trip, to take care of the girls in the home. They're home for unwed mothers, girls off the street, a safe place for them to be. The home in Concordia is for children over the age of 1. In the home in Medellin, they say in Concordia there's like 5 or 6 girls and their babies. The one in Medellin has about 8 women, either with babies or expecting babies. And we will be staying there on the property. They have an area for the missionaries to stay in their rooms. That room, I think 3 or 4 people. They have bunk beds, something like that. That's what I understand. And I'm bunking with 2 other ladies from the church. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be something different. I won't have Steve and I won't have my sisters. And I've not been to Colombia before. So this will be something totally new for me. I'm going to try to take as much footage on my phone as I can without, I'm not going to film the girls. I'm not going to film babies. I'm going to film what I can film. I know we'll be helping out the medical team. I'm not medical at all, but I know we'll be helping out the medical team by checking people through so that they can see the doctors and stuff. So that should be super interesting. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Of course, I'm going to show them the soap sacks at our church meeting tomorrow to see if that's something that they want. If they don't want these, then I will send those down to North Carolina. And the Stitchers group that I'm with from the Heart Stitchers, they always are looking for those. So I have places to send them. Now, each of the babies, they said there's 8 babies, like newborn or expecting to be born. I made each of them a little teddy bear. And these you don't stuff because the babies hold on to their hands. The hands and the feet are are knotted. So the babies can hold on to them really easy. So these are for the babies. I made each of these different. Like some are blue and some are white, but they all have a different pattern on the stomach so that there's no 2 alike. And the girls will know which one is for their baby and they won't get mixed up. So I have those to take down with me. And Betty is here from Pretirement Days. And Betty, we are doing giveaways tonight. So I'm putting your name on my list for the giveaway. And we had 2 videos before this that you could have entered on also. And I have your name down here for one of the other videos. So you have 2 entries for tonight. So I hope you're having a great weekend. I'm also taking with me, which I made, these little baby burpees. And you put them over your shoulder and you burp the baby. And if the baby spits up on your front or your back, the little baby burpees will catch it. So these are baby sharks. And it has like a towel material on the back, a terry cloth material on the back, which will help, to absorb any liquid, any spit up. And they're easily washed. And these are actually quilted. I don't know if you can see the quilting marks on them. Oops, this way. But these are quilted so that they're going to hold together good. And the other one is the second design I have is the Sesame Street design. So I have baby sharks and Sesame Street. I made 2 of these for each of the mothers, and there's a couple of extra. So I don't know if they want to keep these in the center or if they're going to give them to the moms. Either way is fine with me. I don't really mind. And then the last thing that I have that's homemade to take down with us is, if I can get it out of the bottom of this bag. Hold on. I should have pulled one out, I guess. My sister actually made these, and there's little bags, and she has different material. So each of the material is different. And this is what we're gonna put like our soap sacks in and some of the other items that we have for the girls. So I'm excited. I'm excited about going, and I'm excited about putting all these goodies together for them. I'm kind of excited about the meeting tomorrow so that I can show them the items that I made and make sure that everything is good. I'll put that aside. But I'm really, really looking forward to it. You're making cookies. What kind of cookies are you making? I made fudge this past week to take to the radio station with me. I made chocolate and peanut butter fudge, and it turned out so good. And I cut little pieces, and they said, well, they're just little pieces, so we have to eat 2 or 3 of them. And they ate the whole thing. So, but it was super good. It really was good. So my notes are saying we're doing 2 days in the clinic in Concordia and 1 to 2 clinic days in Medellin for the Venezuelan refugees. They're going to have eyeglasses. They're going to be passing out eyeglasses. We're staying at the house. The food, there's going to be somebody there cooking just for us. You just finished making guacamole. That sounds really, really good too. You don't have chips. Well, if you brought it here, I could probably find some chips. Just saying. We'll have cooks there that are going to be preparing our meals for us. I do know that it's going to be like going to India, and the water situation is not good there. So I tried my best to be good. Oh, you can eat it with a spoon. Oh, that sounds good. But I still got sick in India. So I do know that there's that big possibility that I could get sick down there and be sick while I'm down there. I am not going to be eating salads. I think I made a mistake and ate fruit while I was in India. I think that was one of my issues. I think the spices they used in there was also an issue. I'm going to try to be really careful. I don't think down there with us having our own cook, we're going to have issues with the spices. I'm hoping not anyway. All right. So September 26th. Nope. My phone's beeping. I was just checking it. There's Leah. Hi, Leah. Hockenberry Holler. But Lisa, Leah, we are doing giveaways tonight. So your name is on the list. You also entered in one of the other videos. I put 2 videos out prior to this that you could have entered on, and you entered in one of those. So you have 2 entries for tonight. Now, as a reminder, we are going to be giving away, Super Clean is going to be given away. One person will win both of these, the spray and the pump. These are awesome degreasers and cleaners. They work extremely well. I put a link to Super Clean in the description box below in case anybody wants to look up other products that they carry. But this product is awesome. I know that Gail's done giveaway on her channel with this before. I know that there's other channels that have done giveaways for Super Clean before, but they reached out to me and asked me. I've done 2 or 3 giveaways before. They reached out and said, do you want to do another giveaway? And I said, yes, I'm extremely busy right now, but I will put a giveaway in there. We'll talk about the Columbia trip. Gail is going to be joining us in just a few minutes, I believe, and she's going to be talking a little bit about the flooding down in her area in Tennessee and the challenges that they're having down there. I know she just got home about the time I started this stream, and she said she wanted to grab a bite to eat before she came on, so she would be a little bit late. The two other items I'm giving away is I'm giving away a bag. This is a knitted bag, a nice knitted bag with a bowl cozy, and it says love because I want y'all to know how much I love you. It's got little hearts on here. So I have two of these and two of these. So two people will win. Each person will win one bag and one bowl cozy. So I have two of those to give away. So if I call your name when I do the drawing, you can either choose the bag with the cozy or you can choose the super clean, whatever's still available. You can get your choice. So I hope that's good. I hope that is something that you would like to win. What else? Do y'all have any questions about my Colombia trip that I might be able to answer? We did have to pay for our own flights. We did have to pay a charge for the hotel being down there. There was a charge for the food that's being prepared for us. So altogether, it was about $1,200 or $1,300, somewhere in there, for the 10 days in Colombia for missions, including airline, the insurance, because I always get travel insurance. So it's the airline, the insurance, the food, a hotel, and anything else. And we might do a little bit of sightseeing down there. If we buy souvenirs, of course, we're on our own with that. So I am going to take a little bit of cash, and we can exchange it for whatever the money is they use in Colombia, so that we're using the right currency while we're down there. I don't try to charge anything on credit cards or debit cards when I'm out of the country, because every time you do, my bank puts an extra charge, like a $4 charge for every purchase. That's okay if you're just doing it like maybe once, but if you're going out souvenir shopping and you stop at 3 or 4 different stores and buy something, that's going to add up pretty quickly. So, and I found that out the first time I went out of the country many, many years ago. And I said, well, I didn't know that. I guess I won't do that again. So now I carry cash, and just either if they don't take American currency, then I'll switch it into whatever currency I am, wherever I am. And especially a trip where I'm staying for a few days like this. I did the same thing in India. The first day we were there, we switched our currency for the rupees. I don't know, whatever it is they use over there in India. And then when we left, we were, kind of didn't have a lot left in money anyway. I brought some of it home because my son likes money from different countries. He collects it. So I did bring a little bit of money home and give it to my son and my daughter. Anyway, did y'all have any questions about my trip? I just wanted to talk about the trip, but Gail wants to come on and talk a little bit about the flooding in Tennessee. Leah, I have these soap sacks. I hope that's what you're looking for. There's a lady that's volunteering with me at the radio station that gave me 12 bars of soap. So I'm putting one in each of the soap sacks, and I'm going to have to buy some more because I think 23 is what we're going to need for Colombia. I think I've done about 32. So I have 10 or so more. And then when I go to the radio station Monday and Tuesday, I always bring my knitting. So I can usually do 2 of these while I'm sitting there during the day. So I should be able to get about 4 more done. I might be able to get some done at night if I have a little bit of yarn left, but whatever I get left. Well, Gail was talking about whatever I get left, I'm going to send to the fire station that's collecting them down there in North Carolina. Gail was talking about her church, her husband's church in Trade Trade, Tennessee. It's called Trade. It's right on the border. Good. I'm glad that's what they're looking for. I got a lot of them. So I got bunches of them. I just gotta put some soap in them and send them on their way. So Gail's gonna be coming up here. I don't know if it's like a 2 to 3 hour drive. No, it's got to be more than that because we meet halfway. We meet like it's a 2 hour drive from me. So it's got to be about a 4 hour drive from her where she is to my house. She's going to come up here on Thursday because I have Bombas socks left from my shipment. I got a shipment of 3,000 pairs of Bombas socks and I delivered about 2,500 of them already out to the shelters. And I had about 500, I think, left out there. Maybe it's not that many. Maybe it's about 3 or 350 left out there. So I was going to take some of them to Homeward to have in their office as backup, but Gail's looking for socks for the people that have been involved in the flooding. So I told her that she could get like 100 or so. So she's going to come and pick those up. And they're also looking for like water and non-perishable food items. And I believe she said Benadryl, the clear Benadryl, and blankets and stuff like that. So I might, my sister's, I think, is going to send me some money to help out, but I might go buy some water and some food and stuff. So when she gets here on Thursday, I can she can take that back with her too. Because I know they've got the blessing buckets that have come in. She said they just got those. So they're probably going to be distributing them within the next couple of days. And usually in the United Methodist blessing buckets, because I'm United Methodist, they put like gloves because you got all that mess to clean up. They have gloves and Lysol disinfectant stuff and sponges and trash bags and I forget what else, but I think rags. They have rags for cleaning up. They have all kinds of maybe paper towels. It's just got a whole bunch of different stuff in it. So they'll have the cleaning supplies. And maybe a dustpan and a broom, maybe a small, like whisk broom or something. I'm not sure exactly 100% what they put in those blessing buckets, but I know that Gail said they did get a shipment of those in. So they'll be distributing them out in the next couple of days. Oh, you're working on your soap sacks. Yeah, we might be able to meet halfway. I've got a really tight schedule next week. Like, if Gail didn't come up here, there'd be no way I could get him to her because we're taking the grandbabies to the pumpkin patch tomorrow after church and my missions meeting in the morning. And then I got the radio station on Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, I have an oil change, and then I'm supposed to be meeting up with Nancy Who 52 for lunch. And then I'm going to swing down and pick up Gavin, my grandson Gavin, from Hopewell, which is about a 2-hour drive back home from there. So he's going to come home with me and spend Thursday with me, and then I'm going to take him back on Friday because he's out of work this week. He's got a week off. So, and he doesn't drive. He's 21. He'll be 21 in January. He does not want to learn how to drive. I don't know what the issue is with that, but he does not want to learn how to drive. I hope that they can talk him into it pretty soon. And then I'm taking him back on Friday, and then Friday night, Steve's sister is coming down for Friday night and Saturday. Saturday night, she'll be leaving out on Sunday. So next week, as you see, is so full that I can't do anything, but possibly the following week of the 14th. I have nothing planned for Wednesday. I have Tuesday after my Bible study done. And then my missions trip leaves on the 24th. So I have a little bit of time. I don't have a lot of time. So just let me know when, Leah, and we might be able to work something out. They said the military workers are begging for grizzly wintergreen long cut pouches. Okay. Hopewell is, you know where Petersburg is? Hopewell, Colonial Heights, Petersburg. That's all kind of like in the same areas down there. Well, grizzly wintergreen long cut pouches sounds to me like chew. And that'd be like buying somebody cigarettes. And I am not into all of that. So if somebody wants to support a habit, they're going to have to support their own. Yeah, it's chewing tobacco. Steve chews something. I don't know what he chews, but yeah. There's so many other needs out there. I mean, people just need the basic water and food, you know. Forget about the cigarettes and the chew. It's a good time to quit. Zebra cakes. Really? Where are you reading this stuff from? Zebra cakes are pretty easy to find, though. But they can get all the Halloween stuff now. They can get the little pumpkin cakes and stuff. Now, cake, I will support that habit. Cakes and cookies and fudge and all that good stuff. And keep checking my phone because Grindstone Ministry. Grindstone Ministry. Okay. All right. Just reminding everybody, this live stream tonight is sponsored by Super Clean. Come in and let me know you're in the chat. If you are in the chat, so I can enter you into the drawing that we will be drawing tonight. So please let me know if you're here so I can put you in the drawing. And still waiting for Gail so she can tell us a little bit more about her needs down in Tennessee. If Hopewell is on the Petersburg side, I can get there in about an hour and a half. Okay. It is on the Petersburg side. I mean, it's a little farther up from you, north, because I think I'm trying to remember if, when I'm coming down, if I go Hopewell, Colonial Heights, and Petersburg, or Colonial Heights, Hopewell, and Petersburg, because Colonial Heights and Hopewell are about in the same area. But there's nothing saying I can't go to Petersburg and meet you somewhere in that area. But that would be on Wednesday. So I would have to get my socks or my soap sacks done by Wednesday. This week. That's when I'll be, because I'm taking him home. I'm taking him home on Friday. So we could do it Friday too, if that would be a better day. So either 98 miles to Hopewell. Okay. So that's like an hour and a half, right? So we could do it. We could either do it probably better on Friday. If you're available to do it on Friday, October 11th. That's next week, next Friday. Leah said, yeah, the 11th, on the 11th, that she might be able to meet me in Hopewell to pick up the soap sacks she needs for the fire department down there.
And her cup and her charger.
Oh, yeah, I got your cup and charger too. So I could, if you remind me, bring those to you too. Lisa said hi.
Hello.
Steve said hi. All right, did you get done? He's working on
Yeah, it's cleaned up.
the handicap ramp. He's taking the wood off and putting Trex on there. So he's got halfway up the ramp done.
Just past halfway.
Just past halfway up the ramp. He finished today. He had a little less than a quarter of it done. So he's getting there. It's looking good. It's looking really good. All right, y'all ask me some questions or something because I thought Gail would be here by now. I'm hoping she's coming so she can tell me or tell us all about the waters because I know I wanted to try to get her some bottled water or something to take back. Is he taping it so we can see it soon? Yeah, he said he's taping it. Did you tape today? Oh, he did tape it today. So once he gets all his videos done, I'll kind of merge them together and make a little video out of it. But it probably won't be for another couple of weeks because he's still got a little ways to go. And we're just working on the weekends, on our little projects. So tomorrow he won't be working on it because we'll be out. We got church and then we have my meeting, the Columbia meeting. And then we're taking the 4 of the youngest grandkids to the pumpkin patch in Chesterfield or down Chesterfield Way. So that's like a hour and a half away from us. So we're going to spend like at least probably 3.5, 4 hours on the road tomorrow between all the traveling we got to do. Who's in a different time zone? Gail? No. She's here. Hold on. Let me find her. We'll add her to the stage. Here she is.
Hi, Val. Sorry about that.
I hear you. Hold on.
What? You can't hear me?
Hang on. I can't hear you.
Okay, let me make sure my mic's on.
I think it's I got to turn my headphones off.
Okay. My mic is on. Excuse me.
All right. Are you talking?
I will be.
Oh, there you are. I got you.
Okay.
I keep my headphones connected to my computer, so
That makes sense.
yeah. So I had to disconnect them to be able to hear you.
It cuts back on the feedback. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The headphones do?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have feedback now, do we?
Not that I notice. So if we do, somebody in the chat sing out. So yeah.
I'm not hearing any feedback. So Gail, tonight's video is
Hi everybody.
Clean. So we're going to do a giveaway at the end of the video. And then I'm also giving away 2 of these. I have 2 of these knitted bags, heart bags.
Oh, that's cute.
And everybody that gets a heart bag, the 2 people that get the heart bag get a little love cozy. Oh,
that's cute.
And these are the bowl cozies that you put your hot bowls in from the microwave so you don't burn your hands. So there'll be 2 people getting this and 1 person getting the super clean tonight. Would
That's
you like
awesome.
to be in the drawing?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I actually have some super clean.
Why am I not hearing you?
I don't know. Let me double check my mic.
Oh, there, I got you. I don't know why it went back to headphones. I don't know why.
Nothing surprises me right now.
It's electronic.
Nothing at all.
You gotta love it.
Yeah.
So you said you want to be in the drawing?
No, I'm good. I've got some super clean. I'm actually fixing to really start using it with the flooding.
I imagine. What about the bowl cozy in the bag?
Yeah, put me in for that.
All right. So
I'd love either
actually,
one of those.
I had you entered from a other video that you commented on.
Ah,
So you have 2 entries.
okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay. So tell me about tell us about the flooding.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
I was thinking that you know, when you come up to get the socks, maybe I can get some like bottled water and stuff for you to take back with you too.
We're actually okay on bottled water for right now. The county has received multiple tractor trailer loads of water,
Good.
and churches and all have donated. So right now we're okay. Now that may change. Lots of things are changing, so that may be one of them. But right now we're okay for that. I think
What
our biggest.
items?
I'm sorry.
What are your items you're needing?
Well, there's so much. Non-perishable food is a big one. Um, Kay Johnson is actually taking up some money to get some Pampered Chef soup kits, which are going to
Oh,
be,
nice.
yeah, I mean, because one of the things, like we've got this whole section of the county that like you can't get to anymore. You can, but it's an arduous, what used to be a 10 to 15-minute drive is now an alternate route of an hour and a half. Now, when I say alternate route, it's still bad. But on like the main highway, which is 421, between Mountain City, which is actually where I am, and Trade, Tennessee, part of that is just washed away. There were 3 main routes in and out of our town. One went through Damascus, Virginia. Damascus, oh my gosh, like the whole downtown area, it's really bad. And the road through there has washed away. So that's one route. The other route in and out of town was toward Boone.
Uh-oh. Did she freeze up? Did she freeze up, y'all? I have her frozen. I bet she's probably has a really bad connection. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Oh, your video is frozen. Okay, I just texted her. Yeah, oh, she's gone. Yeah, I bet it's really hard there with internet reception. I can imagine it's really, really hard for her. I'm sure she'll try to come back if she can. Um, but I did want her to come on because she's in the middle of all of this, and just to give us like firsthand account of what's going on down there, and you know what the needs are, because you know I'd like to kind of help her out with the needs. And I have a sister that said she is probably also going to try to help her out if she can in some way. My phone is typing everything that I'm saying. That's ridiculous. Okay. I bet. Does he have any reception on his phone at all, or any like can he get on the internet? Can you talk to him, or is he pretty much he's in there, there's no reception, the towers are down, and there's nothing? Oh, he's trying to call his daughter. Oh, I bet you're spoiling her. Grandma time. That's pretty awesome. But I'm sure he'll be safe. I'm sure he'll be safe. It I you know, when we had Hurricane Isabel years back, and we're living in Chesterfield, I was out of power for close to 12 days, and that was miserable in the middle of the summer. Now at least it's not like as hot and humid as summer months would have been. So I mean, it probably won't be as bad that way. Nights aren't really as cold. I don't know what elevation they're at, if it's colder at nighttime and they need blankets and stuff like that. That I'm not sure about. She did say something about they may have a need for blankets when I talked to her earlier today. Um, but at least they're not in like the dead of winter or the middle of the summer heat. That's a plus. Being out of electricity itself, if you don't have a generator or means to run a generator, then they probably can't get fuel from the gas station because the gas station's probably in just as bad a shape as they are. So they probably don't really even have much generator help if they're where the floodwaters, have really done damage to their homes. So I can't imagine, there's got to be a great need. And if you have a baby or a child in diapers and you can't get diapers or baby formula, those kind of things, that's going to be hard too. You're spoiling her. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine down there. Ice cream for dinner. Well, that's like my grandchildren too. Everything you feed them. Well, that's not, the kind mommy makes because, mommy gets it out of a can or something. And, so they don't want to eat it. Well, I don't like that. That's not what mommy makes. Or, so they're eating junk. So, yeah, I understand with the grandkids. I'm sure. And I saw where they were like flying some formula in or something. There's something I saw this guy with a drone, like a huge drone, and they were flying this big thing of formula over a mountain to get formula to the town over the mountain. It's crazy. I just can't even imagine. Oh, she loves salmon. I love salmon. Yeah. So we may not get Gail back. Unfortunately, that may be she may not be able to get through with her internet reception, but I know there's got to be a great need out there. So maybe I can, if she doesn't think they need water, I'll just pick up some food items and maybe some diapers or something like that. So they're airdropping food and water by drone. Yeah, this one that I watched, they were putting baby formula in the bucket and taking that up by drone. Oh, diapers and wipes. I didn't think about wipes too. Yeah, you would need the wipes. Yeah, baby food. I'm sure like baby food and those kind of things. Gail's trying to come back here. So let me see. Oops. If I can get her back on stage here.
Hi.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
You have real spotty internet right now, probably?
It just went down again. We have everything spotty again is right now. We were without water and electricity from Friday a week ago to Thursday night of this week. And I was like, yay, because water came on, electric came on, and I just thought I was just doing great. And now our water's off again and the internet keeps going out. I was going to try to do this stream. We actually had to run back to church, and I was going to try to do the stream there, but their Wi-Fi was down. So I was like, John, we got to get back home.
Oh,
so yeah. So
we're talking about the biggest needs in your community.
Oh my gosh, there are so many needs. John has two churches. One is here in Mountain City, and the other's in Trade. And Trade is just really hard to get to. So the problem is they don't know when Trade's going to get electricity. It could be a month. It could be.
My goodness.
Yeah, we're looking at weeks there. So like they need things to cook on that you would use for camping. So grills and charcoal, gas grills, gas camping stoves, the burners that go on the cans of gas, they need those. But they also need food. They also need, it's like this never ending stream. And it's starting to get cold. One of the days this week, it's supposed to be 40 degrees, and they don't have heat or anything. They're actually still trying to make contact with some of the people who have been sitting without water or electricity. Generators are a really big deal, but they're also really expensive. But they were able to get generators to, like, one couple we know, and like she just had major surgery 10 days ago and her husband was taking chemo. So
Oh no.
it's been things like that.
Can they get gas?
What?
Can they get gas for their generators?
Yes. People are going, like, literally around the world. They're trying to get them gas. And I am probably not going to be able to share the photos on the bandwidth I've got from my phone. I'm going to try to show one here in a minute. But the road is just, it's not safe. And so one of the ways that they have been bringing supplies in is, ta-da, U.S. military. We have been having Blackhawks and Chinooks bringing in supplies. But, I mean, that tells you how the roads are.
Right. And I saw where mules are taking it into some places.
Yeah, that's over in North Carolina. And we're not quite, I say we're not quite as hard hit, but we're kind of hit differently, if that makes any sense.
Right.
There's like over in Unicoi County, which is a couple of hours away, the hospital basically submerged and then part of it washed away. So they were doing rooftop evacuations, and the staff was carrying their patients so they could get them to the roof. Because of course you lose electricity, you lose your elevator. So the only way you're going to transport people is to carry them. So things like that. That fortunately was in the other county, but there is just so much need when it comes down to the biggest things. That it's those things that I just mentioned. Fortunately, the conference was able to send in a bunch of flood buckets. And if I get it cut off, I'm going to let you explain what those are, because I know you're nodding your head. So we got some of those, and we got some health kits. But at one point, this county was serving 1,000 people per meal, with the exception of breakfast at the Red Cross shelter, because that was just for the shelter folks, which my husband has been doing. My husband's church, rather, has been doing the breakfast for that, the one that's here. But the other meals, there's one primary church that's doing the bulk of the feeding, and like they were feeding 400, and then also sending takeout boxes to some of the other areas, and it would be like 100 of those or 500 of those. And then there's another kitchen that's serving almost 400, and then 2 other churches are doing some smaller numbers. So when you look at that total, it's countywide. It's just crazy. Nobody would have expected this for the mountains. Nobody. So like as people start getting back in their homes, the need becomes, the non-perishable foods, but they may be going back to homes that have trees down all over the yard. So can they actually get to their home is a big deal. And over in the trade community, you may have your house, and then let's say you have cows, which is not uncommon here. And the bridge may be washed out. And in a lot of places, the little creek is now a lot deeper. And so then the question becomes, how do you get to your cows? And then everybody's hay is ruined. So then what do you feed the cows once you get there? And so it's like this never ending stream. So somebody suggested water tablets for people up here who are having problems with water. They actually lifted our boil water alert, which now we lost water again. So I don't know. I guess we're going to go back under that. So when you say what's the biggest need, I'm tempted to say yes. But we are okay on water. Please don't send clothes. People want to send clothes, and I get that. But there is a difference. Like one person contacted me and she's like, I want to send clothes. I've got some really pretty spring dresses, and the ladies are going to need those when they go to work. Well, a lot of our jobs are factory jobs. So even in the spring, they're probably not going to wear the spring dresses,
Right.
but it's October and we're going into winter. So you have things like that. So please don't send clothes. Sell them on Poshmark. Have a yard sale. Donate the money. Do that. If you're going to send something, winter's coming up. So sleeping bags, blankets, especially for trade, that's going to be a big deal. When next month, when Thanksgiving comes, I am just very certain we're going to see increased needs for like Thanksgiving boxes and kids' toys, because the restaurants had to close down for a while because we were under a boil water alert or they didn't have water. So people lost time from work, and you just can't just make that up. Make up your time rather.
Right.
And the gas stations flooded. So that's been a problem. But the way it is right now, food for a lot of people is an issue because this came in right before the first of the month. So if you get paid monthly and your check goes in the bank, great. But all of our ATMs are down and our stores are cash only. So you could be sitting there staring at your paycheck and can't access it, and can't access the money to buy things. So like our grocery store here, I went in to get a couple of things and they're like, I hope you have cash because that's all we're doing. I was like, oh no. So I went to the Dollar General store and I'm like, are you taking debit cards? And they're like, I don't know. We were earlier today, then it went out, then it was cash only, and it's been going like that. So I don't know if I can take it or not. So I'm like, never mind. I've got the $3. I'll put the other stuff back. But it's things like that. Our grocery stores were out, and that's why non-perishable foods are an issue. And then they're looking for tights for girls. So I guess you can send those clothes in.
Okay.
Because you can't. Laundry products are a big deal because you can't go to the store to buy more laundry detergent. And fortunately, I don't know who brought them in, but somebody brought in a laundry trailer so you can do your laundry. Now, you can't dry it, but you can do it. And the schools, I tell you, the way the county has come together is just amazing. So all the schools are closed right now. So they're letting people come in and take their showers, access the Wi-Fi when it's available. And some of them have laundry machines. And so they're letting people do the laundry. I understand it's a long line, but at least it's something. But
Right.
when you run out of detergent, you may not be able to go buy more. Okay, my phone's at 2%. I've been on my phone a lot today. Phone service has been crazy. So I have this one, but because the phone service has been so obnoxious, I actually had to go out and buy a second phone on the second network, and sometimes they're all down. So
do you have a way to charge them? You have power right now, right? At your
I
house.
have power right now. And John and I have been very fortunate, okay, because we have the van that's got the solar panel on the roof. We've been able to charge some devices.
Oh, nice.
We also, it's been really nice. And we also have the RV, which has been great. We were coming up from a conference, and I was like, look, let's go ahead and drain the tanks and fill it with water. And John's like, oh, we don't need to do that. And I'm like, make me happy. So he did. And we did run out of that after a few days, but it was nice to be able to take a quick shower and charge our phones. We have 2 gas tanks for the propane tank, which is our generator, and unfortunately we're only able to get one of them filled. because not only were they running low on gas, but I didn't realize that there was an expiration date on propane tanks. And it doesn't matter if your propane tank is expired for a day or a year, they don't care. So, yeah, we were like, you're kidding me, please. And they were like, no. So we were only able to get one filled. Then we found out later that they were having trouble with keeping it filled. Our 2 propane companies here in town were shut down for a while because they were flooded. But John and I have been really fortunate. And like a tree fell on my van, and like on the windshield and the nose of the van. And I looked at it, and I'm like staring at it because I'm looking from the back, and I see this tree on the front of my van, and my heart just stops.
Oh, no.
And it's fine. It's actually nothing broke. And I was so thankful because I've been doing supply runs in the van.
That's good. Yeah.
I went to Lexington, Kentucky. I thought I was going to get water because there was such a water shortage that literally from Northeast Tennessee through Knoxville, everybody was out of water at the time. And so I called Allie Stellar Piper, and I'm like, physically go put your eyes on the Sam's Club and see if they've got water in Lexington, Kentucky. And she did. And they're like, yeah, we'll sell you however much you want. So I was like, okay. So I worked at the shelter that morning doing breakfast and then left. And I was like literally up for 27 hours. And I get the call just as I go across the Kentucky line. And somebody had donated and delivered bottled water. So I'm like, the whole purpose for the trip that I thought was the purpose went flying out the window. So I wound up getting a lot of small laundry detergents and things like that because people in the mushing group, Ugly Dogs, thank you, on Discord, they donated the funds. And I got back. We set those up yesterday for distribution, and they're gone. Everything that I bought, and the laundry products were the first to go. And the other thing that went was Ensure.
Okay.
Because, yeah, people think about babies and they think about diapers, but nobody thinks about grandma. And of course, grandma or grandpa is saying, take care of the baby, right?
Right.
So Ensure went pretty quickly. We had 100 bottles. And one lady was like, she wasn't an older person, but she said she had a severely anemic disorder, and she drank those to help boost the protein level or something. I don't know. But anyway, she wound up actually downing 2 of those while she was at the church, which is exactly what it's for. And then, several others came and got it. Then
So the food items, would they go to the church so the church could make dinners, or does it go to the community?
It would go to the community. It would come to the church and then go to the community. We're actually not doing the dinners. We donated food to the feeding program. And now they've got more in. So the food basically would go to the church, to the community.
Right.
And not just this community, but also trade. And there was a woman today, and she actually took the last of the Ensure. And she's like, her grandmother or somebody was on it, but she was actually going to go to trade. So she asked if she could take the rest of the box up there. And she's like, this is going to go really fast. And I only had 1 box. And, we only put it out for like 3 hours yesterday.
Right.
Because we were running in circles, and that was the time block. So we were like, we will be here from like this point to this point and come and get what you need. And I forget how many people we had that came in, but most of our laundry products and stuff were gone. And then today finished it off. So I guess that's another need. And then the flood buckets arrived today, and the hygiene kits arrived today. And thank God for those, literally. So, yeah. And I think I've got a picture I can show just to give you an idea. Like my husband's little church is on the main highway. And normally, like I said, normally it's about 10 to 15 minutes to get there. And the alternative route is crazy. But I'm going to share a picture of the church. I don't know if y'all can see it, but this is our nice newly resealed parking lot. Doesn't that look nice?
Oh, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, you're not? Okay. I'm sharing.
Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. There we go.
Okay, now you've got it. All right.
Yep.
So that's our newly resealed parking lot.
So can they
So-
remove the dirt off that?
Well, it's not just dirt. I don't know.
Oh, I see.
See, that's where part of it sank in.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
that's
the
good.
water line, it's really hard to tell distances on a photo, but that's about 20 feet from the church.
Right.
So that's, you can see the water line, but the whole, it's just, it's a mess.
So it didn't go into the water, didn't go into the church at all, did it?
No, thank God, because the church is okay, but the congregation is older. So it's like you can't get them into the building. Here's a slightly different angle. And it's all from the moment you try to step onto the parking lot, it's all like this. And so what's happening is you may see pavement, but you don't know that whether or not there's anything under the pavement. And
Right.
and so what's happened is more of the parking lot keeps sinking.
Yeah, that's not good. So you
But
have
John,
to tear the whole thing out.
yeah.
Start
And John
over.
actually wasn't even able to get there until like Thursday night. And then some other pictures of our town. That was actually the part where it's caved in. It was actually one of those roads that kind of merged into itself, except the merging into itself is not there anymore. There's another view of the collapse. And then, this used to be all nicely paved road. So this is the alternative route that I'm showing you.
Oh, that's the good route.
This is the good route.
Oh my goodness.
So it's going to be a lot of cleanup long term. And this is why, it's going to be weeks before some, and this is trade. And so, like, for example, this little bridge over the culvert, you see part of it's washed away, but this actually goes to houses and mobile homes that are up there. You can see some of them behind it there.
So they can't get out at all?
Well, they're working on it. So they're working on reinforcing this part somewhat. So they're working on it. And there is just a really narrow space, like in the middle. So you just pray as you hit that.
Right. Don't let me go off, or don't let it sink in.
And then a lot of work is being done like this. So most of this family's possessions is now in this pile.
Yeah, I
Because
know
they
when
had water
the
in.
hurricane hit in Kentucky was last year, my cousin lost her entire house. The house was gone. They found a Afghan that her mother's passed away. They found an Afghan that she knit like a mile away. That it picked it up and just carried it, but they found very few possessions. The house was just gone.
And we're seeing some of that too. And it is awful. And I don't know if you can tell this church building or not, but this church is now dangling over the newly cut widening of the creek.
Hmm.
That used to be whoops. That used to be all ground that the church was sitting on, and now it's like it's hanging over, and like then here's the
Is that John's church?
no, that's not. That's one of the other churches in the area.
Mm.
So yeah, and that's just some more debris. This is John's church again, and you can see some of the parking lot damage better. And I was yelling at him. I'm like, "Don't get down there. Do not step on that." And he's like, "Oh, I'll be fine." But like what you can't see is like part of this parking lot. Like when you step on the asphalt part, it's spongy now.
Huh.
So I was like terrified. And that's because there's just nothing underneath it in spots. Like, let me see if I can show you. Okay, this over here to the left where John is, you can kind of see, if you look to the right of the reflector, you can see this part that looks like a little shelf. And that's actually part of a piece of asphalt with underneath it gone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So there are spots like that that you can't see, like under like the better part of the parking lot, let's say, and that's because you can't see underneath. And when you step on it, it just kind of acts spongy and it flexes, and that's because it's like this part over here, except you can't see it at all. So it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
And then we keep, we keep some of it keeps, going in. Yeah, there's a better picture of half the parking lot. So, yeah, we're getting a lot of this. So they're working on the road, and so in some places, like it rained and the ground saturated. Then before that rain came out, here came Hurricane Helene, and she did what she did. And then for a few hours, we had no rain, and then boom, it starts raining again. So what happened is we had already saturated ground. Helene came in, and with the water and the high winds, we lost some trees. And we thought, oh, okay, we're going to be all right. And then it started raining again, and we lost more trees. So some of the routes that were open had to close again because there was trees down.
That's crazy.
So yeah, and
then,
so they're taking.
And I know there's a lot of linesmen being sent down, but they're probably being sent to the areas that have the biggest populations. So little areas like this aren't going to see them for a while.
It's really tough because the damage is like so widespread. It's just really, really hard because we're talking about multiple counties. We're talking about Western North Carolina. We're talking about an area from south of Asheville all the way up through, north of Boone. We're talking about Southwest Virginia. We're talking about Abingdon. We're talking about Damascus. I mean, it's a huge area, and we're talking about Appalachians. So this is what it looks like.
Right.
And people are saying, oh, this is nothing like Katrina. And I'm going, I think this may be the Katrina of the Appalachians.
Right.
And just because it's so far spread over. So, yeah. So, here's another one. And so this used to be a regular 2-lane road. They've had to put up traffic cones because you don't want people on that at all. But I don't know if you can see, like in between traffic cone 1 and 2, off to the left, you see the culvert, and that is out of position now from what it used to be. And then you see the broken pavement. So, yeah. So it's
yeah.
it's
So what do
getting
you
really
do if you meet a car on that road and you're trying to go down that road? What do you do?
You keep your eye as far down the road as possible. And if you see a car coming, one of you stops and lets the other through.
Yeah.
So, and these guys and ladies who are out doing this are like, they are heroes.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And, you know,
And
so
CR is in the chat. CR just came in the chat. So hi, CR.
I,
We have Lisa Schultz and Leah down at Hockenberry Holler. They're in the chat.
hi, everybody.
And Betty from Retirement Days, she was in the chat too, but she's cooking. So she's listening and cooking.
Listening and cooking. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming in.
Yes, thank you.
So here's another one about up the road. And like I said, this is really, I mean, it's scary when your alternative route looks like this, and you know your alternative route is the better route.
Yeah.
So they're working on US 421. And that's a landslide area. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a tree going across right at the top of the landslide. So we're just waiting. Yeah, waiting for that to roll down the hill. And this one, I'm sorry, it's crooked, but it's the only way I could get the bridge in.
Yeah.
So like this isn't. Yeah. So like this is another situation where the back of the bridge isn't attached to anything now. So, you know, the people in the house have to be able to get in and out.
Right.
And that is their in and out. So they have people going door to door on ATVs trying to reach people.
Do you know if anybody in this community was lost?
We have people missing.
Okay.
So some of it, and some of it you don't know what's happened to the people. And like the Red Cross, which, okay, I got issues with the Red Cross now. But anyway, the new crew that they sent in after the first crew has been phenomenal. But one of the things they're trying to do is reunifications. And they're telling everybody to contact the TBI and report people missing. Some of it is going to be like people said, oh, somebody's missing because I can't get in touch with them. And then they found out that they'd actually made their way to a family member or friend's house, but there was no communications.
Right.
So like, you don't know that. And so it's going to be a while before we know. We do know that some people have died in our county, but we don't, that number keeps changing.
Right.
So
that's understandable. Yeah.
And part of it's like these bridges, like getting up to this person's house. You know, when you start talking about an ATV and you start looking at stuff like this, there's really not a good place. And you can't really tell it too much from this photo, but like the other side of the bridge, because like we were coming up on it this way, so I didn't get the picture. But the other side of the bridge, other than that one beam, it's gone. And that one beam on the back of it is now just kind of leaning up against the creek there.
Right.
So you can't cross it. And then on this part of it, part of the land that it's supposed to be attached to isn't there. And there's not really a good place to get an ATV in there to go across. So now we're talking about horses and things like that.
And the drones, where we were talking about the drones earlier that are taking supplies in.
I think that's something we have underutilized in this county. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. There's going to be lots of questions answered, to answer rather. So, and then here's another place that they've had to set up cones and block off another lane. So this is why, you know, this area is in such trouble. Oh, was this another one of the trees that fell as we went through? No. Okay. Yeah, we were actually driving through one section, and then as we came back, there was another tree.
Yeah. And they
So
probably, as the land is shifting and stuff, the mud is sliding, you're losing more and more trees. And look at the phone pole in that picture. Or the
man,
electric pole. Yeah.
the electric pole and the guardrail and the part of the
Mhm.
road is missing. And then this, I wanted to show you um, the curve that this car is on. I don't know if you can tell, but the land underneath this pavement
It's
is
gone.
not there, right? So they've closed it, but then as it rains, we're just holding our breath that this route stays open.
Right. I mean, because you're gambling by crossing it. I mean, it could collapse at any moment. So, I
Yep.
mean, it's a gamble you got to take. Is it worth it, to gamble like that?
And then you see trucks like these coming in, and you just want to cry because they're working on the main highway there. And once the main highway opens, then we'll be able to get supplies more readily into that area. But you still got all the broken bridges. So, and then here's the insurer. I snapped this picture because we've been giving supplies away for about an hour at this point, and that's what the insurer had already looked like.
Huh.
So I was like, if I don't snap this picture now, I'm not going to have a chance.
Yeah.
Whoops. And so here's some of the supplies that we had and some more of the water that came in. Some of this is video, so I'm trying to click through the video parts.
Right. That's fine.
But yeah, that's what it looked like today. And I mean, sorry, the day we set it up. And then now everything you see in that photo, except for some of the toilet paper in the back and a few bars of soap and a couple of packages of bags, it's all gone. People came and got it.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So I don't know. And that's from when I went to see Allie. I'm looking for a picture of the stores. Let me go through. Oh, there's Stellar Piper. She helped me buy.
Aw.
She was so excited. She's like, shopping like this is really kind of fun when you know you're helping people.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, that's my backyard now. Oops.
Yeah. That's not. It could be worse. Just saying.
Absolutely. I felt very fortunate because the tree
Mhm.
that hit my van missed the house.
Yep. That's good.
Yep.
Because
And
I'm
this
sure it would take forever to get somebody there to take care of your house because everybody's so busy.
Yes. And like even like across the street from us, the house had 2.5 feet of water in it.
Mm.
So, you got to pick which is the most pressing emergency, if that makes any sense.
Right. No, absolutely.
Yeah. And here's
Smells
one of
saying
my.
proof people helping others get supplies. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This was our food lion. So it's a little empty. There's a video I did. And they had, I was like so happy because I was buying stuff for the breakfast that the church was doing down at the shelter for the Red Cross. And they had just stocked the milk. I was the happiest person on the planet. It's like, I've actually got milk now. And this is how it looks as they are still stocking it.
That's crazy.
So yeah. So really, I was so happy to get milk. I was just because. And then here's the cheese aisle that we had. So this was, I don't remember what day. Thursday, maybe.
Is it because delivery trucks can't get through?
Delivery trucks can't get through. People need supplies. So here's one that was kind of scary to see because at the time we didn't have that many trucks trying to get up here, and now we
Right.
do.
That's good.
So yeah, it was really kind of reminiscent of 2020 almost.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, we've lived through this before, and this was the water section. And so what happens is, like on this side, we have Gatorade and we have flavor packets, and Gatorade's great, but you can't cook with it and you can't clean with it.
Right.
So, whoops, that's another. Yeah, that's another view of the parking lot. Let me try. Oh yeah, and here's the culvert that goes underneath John's church. You can see where a bunch of it's washed away, but the culvert is actually broken. So we have the main part here, and then this part over here. Like, I don't know if you can see that.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I can see.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's how much force the water had.
Water holds a
Water.
big force. Yep. I mean, water's a dangerous thing when it's flowing fast.
And it was. And so one of the things too, people, it really took us by surprise how fast it came up, because in some areas, by the time I've got so much footage, I have to go back and edit. But in some areas, it was just, oh, I better skip through that. It came up so fast that by the time people got the alert on their phones, it was too late.
Yeah.
So yeah. Trying to find, whoops, go through some of this real fast. Hang on a second. Whoops. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that.
That's fine. Just when you're ready, you can let me know. I'll put it back on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
CR says 3.28 cubic feet of water equals 1 ton.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, people underestimate the power of water.
And two, the other thing is, we're not talking about 3 inches of water or 4 inches of water. We're measuring it in feet.
Right.
And that's not something that typically happens in the Appalachians. This is the kind of stuff that happens on the coast after a hurricane. But we had so much saturated ground that it just could not hold the trees. So, like the trees that we were losing are your walnuts, your oaks, your maple, trees that you typically don't lose during a storm.
Right.
So, yeah. Trying to. I can't find the. Wait a minute, is this it? Okay, I was looking for the photo of the church, John's church here in this town, but we were really fortunate. My husband and I were, and so here we go. Here we go. Yeah, let me show you where I walk the dog, if I can get it to.
Lisa's saying her son, who's there helping out now, is saying that Asheville looked like a war zone.
I would believe that.
Mm-hmm.
I would believe that. I have no trouble seeing that at all.
His wife, he and his wife are there now this weekend helping out down there.
Are they? They're in Asheville.
Yeah, they're helping out in Asheville. She's babysitting the grandbaby while they're there.
Aw, I know you're having fun. I know you're having fun. So spoil that grandbaby.
Yeah.
Okay, so this video right here, this is where I walk the dog.
Mm.
And there's actually a bridge back there that you can't see anymore. And unfortunately, that bridge sustained some damage. And then here we are, and all of that's water. I'm like, thank you, John, for driving through the water. This is after the rain stopped and it had receded enough that we could get out.
Right. And a lot of people underestimate that and drive through water when they shouldn't be. And
Thank you.
that's how they lose their cars. Lisa says her granddaughter's enjoying knowing that Lisa knows a YouTuber.
That's so cool.
Well, you should tell her you are a YouTuber. You've put some. Lisa's put some videos out there.
Absolutely. I just
Yeah.
think that's so cool because kids don't make the connections.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just people.
Right. It's like, have you seen the videos where the child is holding the puppy and the child looks up at their mom and says, "We should get a puppy." And the mom says, "We have one." "No, I want a puppy." And the mom goes, "But you're holding," I forget what the dog's name. And the child looks down and the kid is just shocked. And he's like, "No, this is Pete," or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
"But we need a puppy." And Pete is little and he's wiggling on, it's very obviously a puppy. It's the cutest video. It's on there somewhere. But yeah, you can see driving through. This is the truck. You can see driving through. Even after the water's receded a little bit, he still got it up to almost the bottom of his truck there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, you don't know what's under the water, and you don't know if the road's out too. And you're
Yeah, I
driving
do know.
and there's no road, then you're going to be underwater.
I tried explaining that to my husband that day. He didn't listen.
I mean, just look at the parking lot. I mean,
and then
how do you
here's
know
more
what the
people
road
on
is underneath all that water? That water's mud.
And he understands that now that we tried to get to the other church on the road I just showed you. But
some people, I guess, if it's emergency, they think they have to do it.
And some people have, they were so caught off guard, and like people needed the medications and things like that because nobody thought to go and fill them.
Well, that water's running fast right there.
This is after it went down a little bit.
That's fast.
Yeah.
Lisa's saying her granddaughter was in one of the videos with the turtles that she put on her channel. I remember seeing that video.
I'll have to go back and look for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and CR is saying, or get a flat from metal if you can't see the metal that's in the road or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Flat tires don't float. I don't think any tires float.
And this one, you can see how the truck is very fortunate to still be within that fence, actually.
Yeah, because I've saw videos of 18-wheelers just being washed away. I mean.
Yep. But my husband was really panicky. He's like, "I've got to go check on the churches. I've got to go check on the churches." And, we couldn't get to the one I just showed you at all. And it was, okay, Helene came in like on Friday and John just got to the church. I forgot if it was Wednesday night or Thursday night. Everything's blurring in. So.
Yeah, and Leah's saying one thing to think about in Western North Carolina brings in a bunch of their money from tourists. This is peak season and a bunch of revenue will be lost.
Yes.
And she's stating like Grandfather Mountain, Asheville, Chimney Rock, Blue Ridge.
Absolutely.
That's true. That's so true. Because I mean,
we thought that too. I mean, people like to come to this area to see the fall leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And, we had, number one, we're having kind of a crappy fall for leaf color. And number two, a lot of the trees don't have leaves, even in areas that are actually accessible, like in the parts of, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Abingdon, even in parts that don't have flood damage. there's still some issues. So yeah.
Right. Lori's in the house, living positively after challenges.
Hi. It's good to see you almost. Because I'm not looking at that screen. So that's why I said almost. But yeah. So here's the building next to my husband's church after the water went down a little bit. So it's actually almost fully surrounded. There it goes.
Mm.
So yeah.
Did the water make it into the building?
Not that one.
Okay.
The church wasn't so fortunate. The church had, I think, 1.5 feet. So after the water receded, the parking lot actually looked okay. And John went inside and he didn't see anything like up in like the sanctuary or the fellowship hall. But the church has a basement. And he didn't think to go check it.
Uh-oh.
So we got some water there. And like I said,
I hope you have like a sub pump or something.
It can't keep up with it. And then this road, you see this car backing up. That's because they tried to go down the road and couldn't get there because it was flooded. So they only could go so far. And then they're like, oops. And they're backing out of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can see it there.
Yeah. That's a lot of water.
And this is after it went down a little bit. And they actually lost some branches out of one of their trees. So, yeah. And then this is some more of my backyard in the neighbor's yard. And that actually is across the street. And there's a creek back there that normally you can't see at all. And now on that day you could. And this one, it was so cute. But I still felt bad for him because like during the whole thing of when the rain was coming down, he kept alerting because he was like, something's wrong. So he kept trying to tell me. And then I was just like, oh, energy out. And we'll let you play ball inside the house. So we played ball for a little bit. And then he would go in, he'd stop playing completely. And then he would go in and he would get my slippers and bring those to me. So I can't. Okay, I had one. There he is. He already had one of the slippers and it was in the video. And I was like, he quit playing ball. And so I caught him with that slipper. And then I was like, no, you can't play with my slippers. We're going to play with the ball, right? Mm-hmm. So what does he do? He takes that slipper and he takes that to John. And then a few minutes later, he comes back with the other slipper. And, it sounds kind of funny. It sounds kind of cute. But the thing is that he did that instead of playing ball. And playing ball is like his number one thing on the planet. So like even he couldn't focus.
Right. He couldn't understand what was going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And then here's some of the wind. And this is after the rain. So, yeah. And it's still rainy and windy some. There he is with his ball.
Oh, my picture's not moving.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it move. Is it still stuck?
Yeah, it's still on Pipsy.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay.
It's moving now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this used to be the beautiful maple tree that was in my backyard.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But this, oh my gosh, this is after we pulled the van out. And I mean, at this point, it's got like leaves and debris. But like nothing is wrong with my van. I could not believe that nothing was wrong with my van because it was underneath the tree.
Yeah, see, I don't mind losing limbs and stuff as long as it doesn't hit anything and damage anything.
Mhm.
But, you know,
No.
trees,
And
it's all
I
okay.
looked at that and I was just like, "Oh my gosh." And so
Mm.
John's pulling it out and I just my heart had just stopped because I just knew the windshield or something was going to be broken or it was going to be cracked and rain was going to get into it and I'd have problems that way. But it was like God just put a shield over it.
Okay. Well, CR said he needs to go. So thank you for coming in, CR.
Thank
You'll have
you.
a blessed weekend.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
yeah, but we were it's bad, but it could be a lot worse. And
Exactly.
you know, whoops. And like I said, we ourselves are okay. It got um, kind of nerve wracking, and one of the things that impacted me was we use mail order prescriptions, and this has impacted a lot of people.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, the mail didn't run for a few days, and UPS suspended deliveries. Amazon just like nobody could get up here at all, and so that was like, okay, so when's the mail going to be delivered? Because in X number of days, I don't have my seizure medicine, which is a little important.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it's been a challenge, but it's not been impossible for us like it has been for some other people. And part of it's just because we got lucky.
Right.
So yeah.
All right.
Um,
Well, I appreciate you coming on to talk about it
all
and
right.
to tell us what your needs are down there to see how we
Thank
can
you.
help you.
And my
And
phone is still at 2%. I can't believe it.
I guess I will see you on Thursday.
Yes.
So you pick up the socks and I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. The socks are going to be a big deal because, you know, people can't wash clothes and socks,
Mhm.
you know, especially if you're diabetic. That's a big thing. So,
And if
anyway,
you're out in the water and the mud and stuff and your socks are going to get wet, you need to have a change of socks.
yes, I think
Clean
so too.
clean socks. Yes,
I
that's
think
one
so
of
too.
the things people on the street, you know, they need clean socks and dry socks. I can still
I agree.
remember the one guy on the corner one day and it was raining out and I was carrying socks in my car, you know, going on my routes at work. And I saw the man on the street, you know, and I rolled down my window and I said, "Would you like a pair of socks?" Because that's what I give. I don't give money out. I give socks. And he said, "Yes, I would." He said, "I have one pair of socks and it's wet." And he said, "I would love a pair of socks." And yeah, that's why I do it, you know. Oh, I just lost her. Okay, we'll see if she comes back. Um, but y'all are here and y'all know that the live stream tonight was sponsored by Super Clean. So we're going to do the drawing for the Super Clean. One person will win these two, a spray and a pump from Super Clean. It'll be sent directly from Super Clean. So if your name is drawn for that, then I will need your address if I don't already have it, and I will send your address to Super Clean, and they will ship the product directly from their factory to you. So, and it comes pretty quickly because the last giveaway I did it, she had it probably within a week or so. So, if you win that, that's what you'll get. I have a winner for this bag with hearts and one bowl cozy that says love on it. And there'll be, oh, it's upside down. Love. There you go. There'll be two winners because I have two of these bags and two bowl cozies. So two winners will win this. All right. So when I draw the names, if you're in the chat, let me know if you prefer the Super Clean. When the Super Clean's gone, it's gone, or if you prefer the bag. And we'll do the drawing. So I'm going to put the numbers in the basket and then I'll draw the numbers and we'll see who our three winners are. So if you entered on 2 of the videos I put out that said if you watch the video to write in the comment, enter me. So I have people that entered from 2 of the videos that I posted within the last few weeks. And then anybody that came into the chat today that's from the United States has been put into the drawing. So I'm going to let you know who they are and let you know your numbers. So number 1 is Busy Lady. Number 1 going in the basket. Yes, I entered you. Number 2 is Lisa Schultz in the basket. Number 3 is Grandma Lynn. She's going in the basket. Number 4 is Anne's Journey to a Healthier Life. Number 5 is Leah over at Hockenberry Holler. Number 6 is Simple Meals by T Vlogs. She's number 6. If there's anybody else that's been hanging out and not written a comment in the chat, let me know you're here. Number 7 is Elizabeth B. SoCal. My friend Elizabeth that from YouTube that I've met on YouTube, and she's over in California. Number 8 is Lisa Schultz. Number 9 is Gail over at Be Bodacious. That was just in with us, but we lost her because her internet is really bad. But she got out all the information that we needed with some great pictures. Number 10 is Betty over at Retirement Days. Number 11 is Lisa Schultz. And remember, some people got up to 3 entries because of the 2 previous videos that I said to tell me, enter me in by being here today. Number 12 is Betty over at Retirement Days. Number 13 is Leah at Hockenberry Holler. Let me know in the chat if you're still here listening. Number 14 is Gail over at Be Bodacious. And 15 is Lori at Living Positively After Challenges. So that's my 15 entries. Unless anybody else is in here, I'll give you a couple of seconds to let me know you're here. Betty says she's here. I know Lori is still here. Pretty sure Leah and Lisa are still here. I know we lost Gail. So I know if I draw Gail, she does not want the super clean, because I know that super clean does giveaways on her channel, that she said she would take the bag though. So Leah says she's still here. Are we ready for the first one? And Lisa is here. So I'm going to put all the parts down into the corner over here, and I'm going to pull one. And this is the first winner, is number 10. And that's Betty over at Retirement Days. Now, Betty, tell me if you want the super clean, or do you want the bag and the bowl cozy? Tell me which one you want. And I know you're here, Miss Betty. So tell me which one you want. The bag and the bowl cozy. Okay, Betty got the bag and the bowl cozy. I have one more bag and bowl cozy, and I have the super clean. So the next person I'm drawing is going to be number 11, which is Lisa Schultz. So Lisa, do you want the bag and the bowl cozy? Because I have a second one. Or do you want the super clean? Hard decisions. So let me know, Miss Lisa. Yeah, my email address is in the description box below. It's valsvlog@yahoo.com. No punctuation in it. VALSVLOG. Val's Vlog. So Lisa wants the bowl and the cozy. So the next winner will get the super clean. All right, are we ready? And the winner of the Super Clean is number 4, and that is Anne's Journey to a Healthier Life. So I will get that to her. I will let her know that she's won, and I will get that to her. So I appreciate everybody coming today. I thank Miss Gail for stopping by and filling us in on all the needs in her community and all the damage in her community. And thank you all for coming by and hanging out with me tonight. I know it's been a long stream. We had a lot to talk about tonight. So I appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm gonna let you go and enjoy your evening. I will catch up with you on another video. Talk to you later all. Bye now.